12 years. That's how long it's been since an 18-year-old girl stepped out of her apartment building at 4 a.m. in a quiet Russian town and never came back. 12 years since her mother first heard a stranger's voice on her daughter's phone. 10 seconds of silence. A sharp scratch, then the call cut off. 12 years since another girl, 25 years old, disappeared from the same neighborhood. 12 years, and nobody knows where either of them is buried. The man who killed them wore a police uniform. He drove a police car. He stopped drivers for traffic violations. He gave flowers to girls. He smiled at neighbors. His name, Mikhail Soplinov. Today he's in Black Dolphin, one of the most infamous prisons in Russia, sitting in a cell with 3 other men, sewing clothes and possibly married to a woman he never knew before his arrest. But the bodies are still missing. The mothers are still searching. This is what happened. Anden senderskomping when centered in Dipulfiand and de Tiban de Barface. 4 a.m. Stary Oskol, Russia. Katya Kuzmina was 18, long dark hair, full lips, a body that made people look. She'd just moved here from Luhansk, Ukraine, 6 months earlier. Her family fled the war. Her mother Alina taught elementary school. Katya wanted to be a choreographer, but the entrance was too strict, so she studied to be a hairdresser instead. People loved Katya. She gathered crowds. She fixed fights between friends. She made new connections everywhere. She lived for being noticed. But after moving to Russia, something changed. Money was tight. Sometimes they couldn't afford food. Alina started fighting with her husband. Katya started living more freely, meeting men online, going out until sunrise, dancing in clubs, dating multiple guys at the same time. But then, 1 week before she disappeared, she started staying home more. She told her mother, "I want to go back to Luhansk, to my friends." Alina thought someone had hurt her, but Katya wouldn't talk about it. Late November, Katya brings home a white rose. "Some cop gave it to me in the courtyard. I like him." Alina is happy. "Katya, date him. He's a policeman. He'll protect you everywhere." Katya just waves it off. That cop was Mikhail Soplinov, 23 years old, DPS officer, traffic police. He lived in the building next to Katya's. How they met. Soplinov stopped a car Katya was in with friends. He remembered her name, found her on social media, discovered she lived next door. He took her to cafes twice. At the last meeting, he gave her the white rose. Katya kissed him on the cheek. December 25th, 2014. Evening, Soplinov invites his friends over. They drink beer, smoke hookah. His girlfriend goes to work the night shift. Soplinov starts texting Katya, "Come over." "Katya, I'll come if I don't fall asleep." 1:30 a.m. He calls again. Katya comes. They talk for 2 hours. Then Katya's boyfriend Andrei calls. She goes to another room to talk. When she comes back, "I'm going home." Soplinov doesn't like that. Katya walks to the corridor for her jacket. Soplinov tries to hug her, kiss her. Katya pushes him away, hits him with her knee in the groin. Shin Mona Shonwi, Mona Sebentine Maidam Thersum Nashenpantang Kishin, Typa Nanik. He grabs her neck, squeezes with force. Katya doesn't even scream. He doesn't let go until she goes limp. Soplinov runs outside, doesn't know what to do. Near the building, 2 trash bins, no one around. He decides to throw the body and her things in the bin. When he's putting the body in bags, a drunk man walks up. "Got a cigarette?" Chinlaish Maidam Sidges Pen. When he's putting the body in bags, a drunk man walks up. "Got a cigarette?" Shin bin between them broning. Min humtham vim des noningd, my medalimden, the spomid minden, when hod sechitum limpenpen, Gusgien by namik, oxenline money, vadrimdium broketisham. The man doesn't know what's happening. A few minutes later, Katya's phone rings. Her mother Alina is calling. Soplinov accidentally takes the call. Those are the 10 seconds of silence Alina heard. The sharp scratch, the short beeps. Soplinov hangs up, takes the phone apart, throws it away. November 2016, 2 years later. 25-year-old Natalia Malakova disappears from the same neighborhood. Natalia was responsible. Never late for work. Every morning she woke her 15-year-old brother Daniil for school. She was kind, caring, trusting, Natalie Hend. Her brother Daniil. Only now, after everything, I understand what she did for me. Mum and Dad divorced. Mum didn't have time to raise me. My sister sat with me, did homework with me. Even though at her age girls usually hang out with boys, she was there. We talked more about life. Mostly about me, how I'd become a good person. Natalia got married at 19. The marriage lasted 8 months. After the divorce, she tried to kill herself, started drinking heavily, then almost stopped completely. But by 25 she started drinking again, talked about suicide, about moving to Moscow. She was tired of Stary Oskol. November 16th, 2016. Evening. Natalia lives with her friend Evgenia. They decide to drink after work, buy vodka, apple juice, 4 bottles of beer, go home. Late night. Natalia is texting Andrei Bobryshev, Soplanov's best friend. Says, I'm going to his place. Men call her a taxi. She has only her phone and 200 rubles. Around 3 a.m., Bobryshev leaves. Wants to sleep. Morning he has mini football competitions at the police department in Belgorod. By then, Natalia is already asleep on Soplanov's couch. Bobryshev tries to wake her. Natalia, I don't want to go home. Bobryshev leaves. Soplanov calls his girlfriend. After the call, something clicks in him. He goes back to the room where Natalia is sleeping. He pulls off her leggings and underwear, turns on his phone camera, starts filming. She doesn't wake up. Later, he approaches her again. Something broke in me. I started attacking her. At first, she responds. Then she calls him Andrei. Soplanov, I'm not Andrei. Natalia starts resisting. Soplanov, I got really angry. Irritated she wasn't responding. My mind broke. He takes tape from the hallway commode, ties her hands, covers her mouth, wraps her head in tape. She thin head in tape. Drags her to the bedroom, pushes her on the bed, sexually assaults her. Attacks her again. Natalia is sober now, resists actively. This angers him. He sits on top of her, strangles her. Wraps the body in an old blanket, hides it behind a chair in the living room, covers it with things and boxes, calls the dead girl's taxi from her phone. Morning, throws her clothes in the trash, throws away her phone, goes out, picks up his brother from training, visits his parents. Evening, Soplanov invites Bobryshev over again. Hookah. Bobryshev doesn't see the body hidden behind the chair. When Bobryshev leaves, Soplanov parks his car under the windows, through the first-floor shared balcony, loads the blanket-wrapped body into his Niva's trunk. Soplanov changes his story multiple times. When arrested, I threw the body in a trash container in Zarache neighborhood. Then, I buried her on the way to Fedosevka, left side of the Oskol River. Then, I lied under torture. I didn't kill them. Denies the assault. Says tying her with tape was part of a role game. Claims they watched the video together. She didn't like it. He deleted it. The video was deleted from his phone, but investigators recovered it. 3 videos. 1. Phone on a tripod. 2. Taking leggings and underwear off sleeping Natalia. 3. Assaulting her. In court, Soplanov's defense lawyer tries to compare the footage to porn videos. Role game. After the videos are shown, Soplanov, who was smiling a lot before, visibly collapses. Bobryshev tells police a different version. Soplanov. Around 6:30 a.m., there was an accident with Natalia in my apartment. Bobryshev. What happened? Soplanov. Natalia was going to the bathroom. I heard a fall, went over. She's not responding. Soplanov. I panicked. Didn't call police or ambulance. Hid the body behind the chair. Bobryshev. We need to call police. Zunov. Time's up. I know what to do. You need to help me. Bobryshev. I was scared of my friend. I obeyed. Dunon. November 25th, 2016. Interrogation video. Bobryshev, still a witness, is relaxed, even casual. He says he passed the body to Soplinov through the window. There were no bars. Soplinov put it in his Niva's trunk. January 19, 2018. Trial begins. 3 weeks later, jury trial. Defense demanded it. Soplinov sentenced to life imprisonment for assault and 2 murders. Jury unanimous. Soplinov killed Natalia Malakova. He doesn't deserve mercy. 8 of 12 jurors, also guilty of killing Katya Kuzmina. Court orders. Pay 4 million rubles moral compensation to both mothers. The mothers don't expect the money. They asked for millions, so Soplinov can't get early release. One condition for parole is paying damages. Soplinov sent to Polar Snow Special Regiment Colony in Harp, Yamal. Later transferred to Black Dolphin, Orenburg region. He's there still. 8 years since the sentence, but the story has no final answer. Katya Kuzmina and Natalia Malakova are still in federal missing persons database. Their mothers still can't bury their daughters. Alina Kuzmina, it's terrible to lose your child. But it's even more terrible to know nobody knows where. No mourning, no prayers, no flowers on a grave, no place, no address. This shouldn't happen to anyone, ever. Summer 2025, Alina rides across Russia. Tula, Penza, Tambov, Voronezh, Ufa, Tulen, Irkutsk, Solnechny. In each city, photo with a sign that says 3 words. They're still missing. Winter 2026. Alina admits, searches are basically stopped. Mothers still don't know where their girls are. Summer 2019. Alina gets a letter from Soplinov. I lied for years to everyone, including myself, knowing deep down I'm a killer. I tried to hide it. I don't know how I ended here, why it happened. Denying the obvious is meaningless. This prison forces me to see who I really am. Years I carried this inside, lived with it so long I started believing my own lies. But then, actually, I didn't kill either girl. Andrei Bobryshev did. He led me down the wrong path. End of 2023. Black Dolphin. New confessions. On interrogation video, calm tone, looking at camera, admits killing Natalia again, details how he strangled her, points to new burial locations. Alina to journalists. The new locations were already known to us since 2021. All of his burial locations were lies, again and again. He just led investigators around, shared lies so they'd transport him for a change of scenery. New excavations, again no results. April 2024, Alina asks police to check Yuri Soplinov, Mikhail's father. Phone billing from December 26th and 27th, 2014. 2 days after Katya's murder, he drove out of town, twice stopped for 30 minutes on 2 different empty lots, turned off his phone. Near one of those places, his father was there. In confession video from Black Dolphin, Mikhail says, father knew about the murders. Alina now thinks Mikhail doesn't know where the bodies are anymore. Yuri moved them. Yuri was on war in Ukraine with Don Cossack Brigade. Now back in Moscow. No investigation with him. End of 2024. Both mothers announced fundraising. Goal, 1 million rubles for a reward to anyone with real information or independent specialists with deep geological radar equipment. Alina, I might leave Stereoskor if we find my daughter's body and bury her in Luhansk region, closer to home where I raised her. But if we don't find Katya, I can't leave this city, because here is my daughter's soul. Almost 12 years since Katya disappeared. Alina Kuzmina still hasn't left Stereoskor. Persecution mania faded, replaced by quiet determination. She still runs her volunteer groups, coordinates ground searches, forces law enforcement to return to this case again and again. Until Katya is found, Alina won't leave the city where her daughter's soul remains. 12 years, 2 girls, 1 life sentence, and still no grave.